Hallelujah! How's it going? My name is Blessious, and I spent a lot of time in the Destiny 2 beta, and to be honest, I enjoyed a lot of it. There are some things that I thought were just a little odd, and some things I didn't enjoy, but I just want to give you my final thoughts on the D2 beta. Over top with the explosions, I see. First, these are my opinions, and my opinions only. I'm sure some of you, or maybe even you, have different thoughts on this, and it's all good because the internet is here so we can share our own opinions. First off, I do want to say that as someone that played a lot of Titan in D1, I didn't really connect with it as much as in D2. I don't really know what it was. Maybe it was just because I had a lot of resilience and not enough mobility. I don't know what it was. I enjoyed Sentinel, but Striker Titan didn't feel like home to me, and I played a lot of Striker Titan back in D1. The class that I enjoyed the most was the class I played the least, surprisingly, in Destiny 1. Warlock was fun on both Voidwalker and with the damn fire sword, just going over there, weighing down swords of fury on people, kicking ass with our freaking Dawn Blade. I loved it so much. With Voidwalker, I felt like freaking Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, just taking the void energy and go throwing out. That was cool. Also, with Dawn Blade, I love the fact that I was so freaking mobile with Twilight Garrison effects, or Phoenix Dive, Phoenix Booster, just going over there, just throwing the bows everywhere. I enjoyed it so much. Hunters, I was the first class I played, and I played with the Arc Strider the first couple hours, and I was enjoying it, but I was a little confused because, well, I was enjoying being able to first have the effect of dodging out of things at first. But then I'm like, well, besides that, it doesn't really help me. Because if you put a shield up as a Titan, that helps you and the team. If you put an empowering or healing rift down, that helps you and the team. But doing a little whoop and reloading, that benefits you. It's kind of selfish. So that had me perplexed for a while. At first I was enjoying it just because I always wanted Shade Step to be on every, class, whether it was Blade Dancer or, Golden Gun. So that was a little perplexing to me. And this past weekend, I was, I'm very appreciative. I was on the Planet Destiny podcast, and they were talking about hunters and how we're having like this discussion. So I came up with this idea, right? Taking elements from MMOs such as World of Warcraft, tanks in there like warriors, they can throw their shields to grow aggro, kind of like the Sentinel. You have also the shield, very tank-like. Warlocks are very mage. They can put healing stuff on the ground, or they can put like bonuses on the ground. It's very MMO. With the hunters, there's just that lack of just that thing to help. So I thought of this. It's kind of like being a bard, right? What you do is you have your spin. You don't touch it. You don't touch anything, right? You just give them the ability to drop an orb. One single orb. Now, it could be technically a half of an Orbalite, or it might be a full Orbalite. I think it would speed up everyone's ability to get supers. I was getting my super around maybe 50 to 62 in control kills, that is. And that's when I was about getting it. So it might actually lower it to you could get a super and a half a game. I don't know. That is something that I think that would be really interesting for hunters because it would help out the team. And to be honest, you don't see that many orbs on the ground anymore in the Crucible. Like if you follow someone that was, Striker Titan, I mean, you might follow them to your death. So I wasn't following people around thinking of orbs of light. And if I did find an Orbalite, it was just in the random location. And I'm just like, oh, gee, thanks for the little orbital light. So I think that might be interesting, and I would love to see how that speeds things up, if that is a thing, if that they could do. When I was at the Planet Destiny podcast, no one grilled me for that idea, so I don't know. I think that is a cool little idea. Bard Strider, that's what we called it. I think that'd be a cool little idea. So with the classes, there they go. I do enjoy Titan for PvE, but just for the PvP, I didn't enjoy as much as the other two classes. But I did feel like Warlock felt like home for me, which is weird because I played it the least. And there was just that weird thing of just like the lack of circle ability to benefit the group for Hunter. So those are how I feel about the classes. Down to Homecoming, this story. I was able to play at the Destiny 2 event that I'm so gracious that I was invited to. Basically the part where you spot Zavala and you run up to him. Everything before that was just like, what? Like, I wasn't expecting any of that. There's more story in the first mission of Destiny 2 than there is vanilla Destiny, and that's crazy. That's crazy. Nothing is vague. There is no just like, hey, go over here and hold square. You know, I loved it. I loved it. That was so cool. I can't think of a complaint. I saw one complaint. Someone tweeted and said, hey, Zavala's dropping orbs of light. Why isn't Ikora dropping an orb of light when she kills the Cabal? You got me there. You got me there. I thought Gary was badass. You know, I guess my other complaint would be the lack of voice acting. The lack of voice acting was a little weird for the Guardian. D1, well, for vanilla, we had voice acting for our Guardian. And then it all went away come DLC 1, DLC 2, Taken King, Rise of Iron. Everything was kind of like, you know, the Ghost was kind of saying it. So it's kind of weird. There's 2 points in particular. When we were flying in and the Ghost is talking to us, there was that moment of just like, we just looked at the Ghost and there was that emptiness where we could have said something. And I don't know if the voice lines just aren't recorded yet or if it's going to be like that. And the last thing is when like the Ghost is falling down. Spoiler if you didn't play Homecoming. The Ghost is falling down and we're reaching for it. And there's just that, like, it's just like a silent movie. It's like you think that we could be like, Ghost! Nolan but! I don't know. I don't know. But those are pretty petty little complaints so far. With the strike was long. The strike was long. But I enjoyed it. The infinite super glitch was fun. I hope they fixed that before. The one thing I enjoyed more than the strike was just exploring Nessus. Trying to figure out if there was a lost sector that was discoverable. I never found it personally. I know I heard some people like glitch their way through things. But I just love the fact that they let us see the Fallen. The Fallen look freaking beautiful. Not only that, the Cabal are very, very strong. And you can tell that they can kick our ass very easily. So easily. And I can't wait to get light geared up to make them crumble beneath my grenades and my abilities and my guns. Because they're kicking a lot of ass. Especially if you're by yourself going through like trying to patrol. They were kicking so much butt. I like the fact that there's pikes in there and like there's just discoverable things and like you can discover like the ability of just like the thing that was across the pond where you could teleport to, and each time there'd be more powerful Vex waiting for you until the Storm Minotaurs came out, and then the Storm Minotaurs would just teleport somewhere random away. I don't know, I had a lot of fun with that, seriously. Besides that, there was not much else to do. A lot of people said, well, in the D1's beta, you could basically play the whole game. I'm glad they didn't do that. For me, when I finally got my hand, after playing a lot of the beta, playing, you know, the mission that came out the last day, like it was only available for the thing that let us go to the moon. I remember being, that's cool. But then when I finally got the game, I'm like, okay, I've done this so many times on the beta. And it was kind of like that feeling of burnoutness. So I'm glad that we didn't have a lot. I want to save that for when I actually get my hands on it, September 6th. I can't wait to do that. I mean, it was short, but I enjoyed the Crucible. A lot of people were torn in the Crucible, whether they liked it or they didn't like it. Someone that played a lot of Crucible, non-competitively that is, I enjoyed the firefights. A lot of people didn't like team shotting, but it just forces a little bit of communication. You can't really go off lone rogue. You can't be that lone wolf that goes anymore. You kind of have to be a little bit more tactical in how you go through things. Use your abilities. You know, a suppression nade from a Sentinel at the 11th hour when everyone's about to pop the supers, you save the grenade for that. You're so tactical. And then that Dawn Blade's coming at you. They throw one at you, and then maybe you scoot back. You throw the suppression nade. Boom. And then all of a sudden, the one thing that they're waiting for, their super, canned. They didn't even get a kill. I mean, you can't lie. That hasn't happened to you. You have to be tactical. Whether the nades that had the most improvement in PvP were definitely the pulse nade for the Striker Titan. That thing was a potato in D1, but that thing went from going like to like just constantly pulsing. And if you get a direct hit with that and they don't move right away, they dead, son. They dead. Scatter nades were fun on Warlock. The other scatter nade for Hunter, I forget the name of it, but like the golden gun one where I think it is called scatter nade, but it had like the things that follow you as soon as like they get on. Not skip nades, but the other ones. Those seemed way deadly, and I got killed by those more than actual Hunter skip nades, which is that's crazy, man. I enjoyed everything so far. I can't wait to see how the full game comes out when we play more than just one map in anything other than competitive. Competitive to me was fun while I was doing it with friends, but if I didn't have friends to play with, I didn't really want to get into that sweaty mess because I know that there's a lot of big bad boys streaming it that would kick my ass, and I probably wouldn't enjoy that. But as far as like the controlled goes, I was enjoying that. I was enjoying the map. The one thing for me is I'm really excited to get my hands on the PC beta that's coming sometime this month. It's vague, and I need to get my hands on that, and I cannot freaking wait on that. That is something that I'm just very excited about. You know, I was primarily a console gamer there for a while. I recently got my PC, and I've been playing other games like Fortnite, but Overwatch is probably like the one game that I've been playing to like get me ready to go for the beta. I did play on PC at the D2 event, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little wonky at first getting to know controls. It's like F1 goes to like your menu screen, like without you would hit start for. To grab power ammo is G. To use your super is F. So like, it's a little weird to get used to, but you can re-keybind things, and I just need my hands on it. I'm glad that they spaced out the betas the way they did, because in July we get the console, in August we get the PC, and then September we finally get our hands on the game. I'm like, it's weird that they upped the date from the 8th to the 6th, but I mean, I'm happy, you know, get it 2 days early. Hell to the yeah, man. Hell yeah. So those are my gripes. I can't really think of anything else. I actually like the Crucible. I guess it's the thing I talked about the less. I like the Crucible. It forced me to talk to my teammates. And, you know, it was fun. I could still go in, kind of be mindless, but I always want to win. I do not like the fact that it's skill-based matchmaking. The first couple hours of the D2 beta, it was like butter. You know, you go in, sometimes you have a hard match, sometimes you don't. But towards the end of it, you can feel that SBMM just kicking in. I miss the days of like Halo 3. You have social playlists and you have ranked playlists. Please do that again. Like, I understand, like, look, I understand that if, you know, my dad plays D2 for the first time and he doesn't know what the buttons are, they shouldn't be facing MTASH or True Vanguard. I understand that. But at the same time, you shouldn't have a sweaty match. So I do believe that there should be a little bit of underlying SBMM. But you save it just to protect the people that are new to the game or are revisiting the game. I don't know. That is me. I know that's hard to do, but that is my one little gripe. Anyway, guys, I hope you agree with some of the things, and if you don't agree, feel free to share it. Again, we are on the internet, and we're allowed to share opinions. Say it loud, say it proud, but don't use ellipses, because that triggers me, man. You can't use ellipses without me reading it as, you could say, have a good day, ... I read that as, have a good day. That's being honest with you. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want more Destiny 2 content, why not subscribe to the channel? And if you actually enjoyed this, you thought it was entertaining, or if you thought, hey, I didn't think of anything like that, or hey, why not this? Why not leave a like? It's a community. Let's embrace the community. Until next time, guys, Cowabunga!